Did you know that your mindset is the number one key to your success? But what exactly is a mindset? How do you get a good one? Where do you find them? Today, we're going on a metaphorical hike and answering these questions. Because if you get your mindset right, nothing can stop you. And so I'm breaking down exactly what your mindset is and what you need to make your career change not only easier, but inevitable. You're listening to the Career Change Podcast with career coach, mum, and ex-corporate girl, Gina Hubbard. This is a no BS discussion about everything to do with your career, including how to make those hours at work happier, easier, and more fulfilling so that you can get on with living the life that you want. So, let's get going. Hello and welcome back to the Career Change Podcast. We are at episode 4 and hey, thanks for listening in. I mean, spending this time with me, I really appreciate it. And I hope wherever you are in the world that you're having a great day when you're listening to this. So today I want to talk about your career change mindset, what it is and why it is so important. But first, I want to back up a step because I want to explain what I mean when I say career change, because it sounds huge. When I talk about career change, I'm talking about it though in a very general sense. And I haven't actually explained what I mean. So if you're new to my world, you might not understand. Career change, when I talk about it here on the podcast, means making any sort of change to your career or job. So any sort of change. So it could be that you just want to have some better time management skills, or you want to show up differently or be more productive. Like you want to improve your communication maybe in meetings and presentations. Or it could be that, there's somebody at work that you're not really getting along with and you're not sure why, and you just want to try and improve that workplace relationship. It could also be that you want to go for a promotion, okay, or you want a pay rise, like you feel you deserve a pay rise, but you've never asked. That is a change in your career. It could also be something like wanting to do something different for the company you already work for. So you love the company, but you want to do something different than the job you're doing right now, but you don't know where to start or even what to do or even which direction you want to go in if you've got a lot of options. So that is a career change. It could also be when you're just feeling really blah in your job. You're like very meh, very otherwise. You're not really feeling it. The job's okay, the people are okay, and nothing has really happened. So you're not sure why you're feeling like that, but you don't want to feel like that anymore. Okay, that is also making a change in your career. And it could also be when you completely hate what you do, you hate the company, you can't stand the people, and you want to get a new job doing something completely different. Okay, then that also is a change in your career. So any iteration of any of those, any sort of change you want to make to your job or career, either in your current one or you want a new one, then that is what I'm talking about when I say career change. It's very broad and it's a little tricky to get your head around because when I say career change, it covers all of those, any sort of change that you want to make. Okay, so now that I've got that cleared up, I hope you understand that. I'll get back to the topic at hand. So mindset. So what exactly is a mindset? So it doesn't matter what your job or career situation is. It doesn't matter what change you want to make. Being able to make a change successfully, which means getting the results that you want in your life or career, then it is all about your thoughts and beliefs. Okay? It's about the thoughts you think daily about yourself and your job and your thoughts about how capable you are and how worthy you are and how deserved you feel, okay? How you feel, how much you feel you deserve the change. It's also your thoughts about your ability to make changes in your life and your thoughts about the actual change that you think you want to make. So all of these, plus others, all of these collectively are your career change mindset. So your mindset is simply then a collection of thoughts about something. And we all have them about everything in our lives. So we have them about the neighbours, we have them about our favourite coffee shop, we have them about education, we have them about our spouse, we have them about our kids, okay? And they're just a collection of thoughts. And so a thought is a sentence in our brain. So some of them we speak out loud, some of these sentences in our brains, we speak them out loud, it becomes conversation, and some we don't. But at the end of the day, that's actually all they are, just sentences in our brain. And lucky for us as humans, we get to decide what we think. So we can choose those thoughts. We can decide at any time to think something different, to think with intention instead of on autopilot. So what we don't realize is that some thoughts that we have make it harder to achieve our goals. And some thoughts can stop us from making changes and achieving our goals. You might have some of these thoughts in your mindset and you don't even realize it. So I call them limiting thoughts because they limit you, okay? They stop you from achieving results in your life. You don't know they are there and they're running on autopilot. They're unconscious thoughts living in your subconscious, okay? They're controlling your feelings without you even knowing. Because here's the kicker. Your thoughts create your feelings. So how we think creates how we feel. So thinking of making a change in your career, like going on a hike, a career change journey hike, okay? And you have with you a bag of supplies, and in that bag is your career change mindset. So inside your bag on this hike are your thoughts about your skills and experience. You will also have thoughts about your ability to make change in your life based on your past successes or failures at creating change or achieving goals. And you'll also have thoughts about the specific change you want to make. And these thoughts will be through the lens, so you'll view them through the lens of how you think and feel about your current career or job. Okay, that's really important to know that the thoughts you are having about the change you want to make, the new job that you want, they are through a lens of your thoughts about where you are currently right now. So before you go on this metaphorical hike, you pack your bag with the supplies that you think you need. So you'll pack your bag with a positive thought or two and some thoughts from other people who are supporting you that you may have borrowed. If you've got supportive people in your life, you know those ones. They're like, you've got this. We'll help you out wherever you need it. We'll take care of the kids. We'll, whatever it is. Those supportive, lovely thoughts that they give us, we borrow those as well. But what happens is that all of our subconscious or unconscious limiting thoughts that live in our subconscious that are not so helpful, they sneak into your bag without you even realizing it. You've packed those as well. So these are the thoughts that you aren't aware of that are silently controlling things. Remember, our thoughts create our feelings. So these unconscious thoughts are dictating how you feel, and you probably don't even realize it. You're just aware of the thoughts you're aware of. You don't know what you don't know, right? It's just like anything. So you start out on this hike, this metaphorical career change hike. You've never done it before. It's a new track. It's an exciting new goal. It's a path you've never taken before, and you're excited. But then something happens along the way. There might be a fork in the path, a place where you need to make a decision. But what are your thoughts about your ability to make the right decision? Because that thought is in your bag. And when faced with having to make a decision, you will just innocently reach into your bag for the thought you've packed. Whether it's a conscious thought that you are aware that you packed, or an unconscious thought that you had no idea is in there. Is it a positive thought like, I know how to make the best decisions for my life? Or is it a negative thought, a limiting thought like, I hate making decisions. This is so hard. What if I make the wrong one? I'm so bad at this. Remember what happened last time. I failed at it terribly. Any change we want to make in our lives, any goal that we want to achieve, it is a journey, and we can never be absolutely certain of what is going to happen, what things, whether they're good things or bad things, are going to crop up along the way. So the better prepared that you are at the beginning, the more you pack your bag with useful thoughts, the easier your career is going to be. And part of being prepared is knowing what thoughts you're carrying around from the times in your past when you've tried to make a career change or achieve a goal. Okay, because you can start your career change journey and realize that you haven't properly cleaned out your bag from the last time you've tried to make a change in your life. And so you're carrying around the supplies, the thoughts from your last hike. Ooh, like, have you ever done that? Have you gone to grab a bag to go somewhere and there's still some stuff in it from the last time you went somewhere? I know the kids do that with their lunch boxes sometimes. Got to be on those kids, They're so excited when they get home on the last day of term, and then they forget to clean out their bags. And then, the night before school starts 2 weeks later, they're in there rummaging around in their bags. It is disgusting sometimes, the things that come out of there. So that is the same thing. It's going to depend on how your last hike went as to what is left in your bag. So if you were successful, then you might have some great leftover supplies that are useful to you on your hike. Like, I know how to make change in my life. I am resourceful. I can figure anything out. And those thoughts, they're like the hiking equivalent of a lighter and a map and a torch. They're very useful to have with you. But if the last hike didn't go as planned, you might have sprained your ankle, gone off the path, it might have snowed, or you might have forgotten to eat the food you packed. Then all of that is still in your bag. Okay, and in our metaphorical career mindset bag, these will be heavy and negative thoughts like, I can't do this, I don't deserve this, I don't have what it takes, it's too hard, I'm a failure, I completely stuffed it up last time, I'm no good at this. And those thoughts, they are the equivalent of a moldy sandwich that smells, hiking boots with a hole in them, and a rain jacket that doesn't fit. Useless. So it depends on the size of your bag as well, and the length of your journey, which means it depends on what thoughts you have in your career change mindset and the size of the change you want to make as to how successful you're going to be, how easy or how hard it is going to be to make that change. So the bigger the change, the bigger your bag is going to need to be, the bigger your tolerance for failure, and the bigger your determination is going to need to be. So knowing what thoughts you have in your career change mindset bag along the whole hike is so very, very important. For starters, before you begin, what you want to do is you want to clean out that bag to make sure that you aren't carrying around any negative, heavy thoughts from the last journey, okay, from the past, that will weigh you down and make it harder. So make sure you spend some time reflecting on past goals that you've tried to achieve, or past changes that you've made or tried to make, and explore the thoughts that you've had and that you still have about them. Are they useful to you now? Because they're packed, okay? Do you want to keep them or do you need new ones? You get to decide, because you want to start out with the right mindset. And then along the way, you want the thoughts in your bag to be easily accessible to you so that you can easily reach in to get thoughts as you need them. As the path gets steeper and harder, and as you encounter things along your hike that you didn't expect, like bears and snow. I'm not quite too sure in New Zealand where the bears will come from, but you never know, okay? So you want to have positive thoughts at the ready and be careful of the negative unconscious thoughts. You need the right amount, the right thoughts for the right moments to help you reach your goals. If you're carrying around heavy negative thoughts, it'll just make your hike that much harder, and it could mean you give up altogether, and that would just be a tragedy. So even if we use this metaphor for our life in general, for other things that are happening in our lives, our other circumstances like our kids and our spouse, what are you carrying around in your mindset bag? What is your mindset about those? What is your collection of thoughts? Are they heavy negative thoughts? Limiting thoughts? Because remember, how we think creates how we feel. Our thoughts create our feelings. So what thoughts are you thinking that make you feel unhappy, depressed, sad, frustrated, angry? And do you want to keep carrying them around with you in your bag? Because you don't have to. You don't. We get to choose what we think, and we can think on purpose and with intention. And we can take those heavy, limiting, negative thoughts out of our bag so we aren't carrying them around anymore. And this is actually where a coach can make the journey so much easier. So think of me like a guide. I'm here to help you clean out your bag and help you pack the right thoughts for your hike. And then you set off, and I'm there waiting for you in a nice warm hut at certain points along the way. In coaching sessions, you stop, you unpack your bag to make sure you haven't picked up some stray negative limiting thoughts along the way, and then pack it again with the thoughts you need for the next week. We review the map and make sure you're still headed in the right direction, and I give you tools and strategies for the next phase of your journey to help you overcome obstacles that we know you're going to encounter. And as your coach, it's my job to be there at the next hut with a metaphorical warm fire going and food on the table. And I'm a great cook too, by the way, so it'll be great food. You don't have to do it alone in the beginning. Imagine walking all day. It's cold and getting dark. You're tired, your pack is getting heavy with negative, limiting thoughts, and you're hungry and just want to rest. You get to the hut, it's locked, it's dark, you have the key, and you have to build a fire and go about making something to eat. And it will depend on what's in your pack, the thoughts, your collection of thoughts, your mindset after a day of obstacles and trying things that didn't work, as to what mind food you're able to make. And that mind food, that is what is going to be sustaining you and nourishing you for the next day of walking on your hike. If you don't have a coach, then that is metaphorically, of course, how your journey of change is going to go for you some days. Sure, some days it's going to be great, but, we're there for the bad days, for the hard days, because they do happen. That is a guarantee. You can see how much easier it is to have someone whose job it is to help you make the right choices for you in your life, and who can teach you the tools and the strategies that you're going to need so that you can achieve your goals and create the change in your life and career that you want. We carry a lot of mindset bags around with us. We have a collection of thoughts about everything that happens in our lives and all of the people in our lives as well, including ourselves. We have a mindset about ourselves. So it's great to stop and evaluate how much you are carrying around, and if you want to continue to carry the heavy bags, because my friend, you don't have to. It's all your choice. I believe in you. I want you to hit your career and money goals out of the freaking park and have an amazing life. You deserve to have a career that fulfills you and meets your needs and wants. one that you don't dread getting up to and going to on a Monday morning. And that is possible for you, I promise. So check out your current mindset. Is it helping you or is it stopping you from getting what you want? Hey there, are you ready to know exactly why you can't make any progress in your career? If you've been working hard and are feeling burnt out and trapped, but you're not sure why or you don't even know where to start to make positive change, then I've got you covered. Imagine what it would be like if you could earn the salary that you want, feel energized by what you do, and be free of self-doubt. But I'm here to tell you that you can. Your lack of confidence might be holding you back, and you might not even know it, so let's fix that. Click the link in the show notes to get my free masterclass on the 3 ways your lack of confidence sabotages your career and how to turn it around and get the salary you deserve. Inside, you'll learn the 3 key ways you might be sabotaging your own career, how these show up for even the most accomplished and self-aware women just like you and me, and how to get your mojo back, reclaim the power in your career, and start finally earning the salary that you deserve. Born out of the blood, sweat and tears of going through this myself and the hundreds of hours of coaching women just like you to their own career success, the 3 ways I'm teaching in this training are little known and hardly talked about. So head over to the show notes now and click the link to get the free and instant access to this masterclass.